All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, QUADASH. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm going to get right into it right here. This is Revelation 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." Hey, so this is admonition from the Lord, man. Encouraging us to endure and be faithful. But he's also forewarning us of the trial and tribulation that's coming our way also, man. We'll read that back again. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer," man. So we are not to have no fear whatsoever, man. We are supposed to be fearless men with a fearless spirit going into these last days as we see them approaching. That's the attitude, that's the mentality, that's the spirit that we should be in. A fearless attitude, man. Because we are those warriors, man. We are those soldiers enduring hardness. So we should be fearless, man. I'm going to read that back again because that's a bold statement. "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." So that's forewarning us right there that this devil, Esau Edom, he has plans, he has an agenda to get at us, man. To lock us up, to confine us, to restrain us. For what? For pushing out this word. "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." That's going to be some brothers' lot. That's going to be their lot, man. Some brothers' lots are going to be to be martyrs in this thing. Some brothers' lots are going to be for their head to be put in the guillotine, man. But these are things that we accept as soldiers, man. And we fear none of those things because why? The Lord told us not to. That's a beautiful scripture, man. "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer," man. So whatever comes our way, we remain fearless in the spirit through all of it. "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." So ye may be tried, man. So that's part of our testing, man. That's part of our test. That's part of a test of our faith when this devil comes after us, because we know that this devil can't do nothing unless the Lord allows it to be so. So the Lord's going to allow this devil to lay hands on us and cast us into prison for our faith to be tried, man. For our faith to be proven. And all of it's of the Lord. So why fear anything, man, if we know all these things are of the Lord? "And ye shall have tribulation 10 days." And that word 10, and that saying 10 days means just a complete number of days. "Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So the reward is that. The reward is that if we endure those tests, those trials the Lord's going to put upon us, and we stay faithful even unto death, even if it means that we have to die, even if it means we have to be martyrs. The Lord's promise is what? "And I will give thee a crown of life," man. Hey, so that's what it is right there, man. Instead, I'm going to get examples in the scriptures of men that were faithful unto death, man. This is the book of Daniel 3. I'll start at verse 16. And it says, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego," that's talking about Daniel and his two brothers. They gave them those different names. "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter." But going up, I'm just gonna put it in context, because they wanted Daniel and his brothers to bow down to the image of the beast, man. To bow down, to forsake their Lord, and they knew that was against the commandments. But Daniel already preconditioned in his mind that he was going to be faithful unto death. Also at verse 14, "Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and the dulcimer, and all kinds of music. So it was a big fanfare event, man, where they had this idol set up, this golden idol set up for the glory of Nebuchadnezzar, and they were supposed to bow down at the sound of all this fanfare. Ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that Yahawah that shall deliver you out of my hands? So basically, the Nebuchadnezzar is telling the Daniel and his associates, his brothers, the prophets, telling him, hey man, either you bow down to this, or we're gonna kill you. We're gonna sentence you to death. And that sentence to death was going to be put in that fiery furnace, man. Quick extermination. Verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if it not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, but worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed again. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego therefore he spake, commanded they should heat the furnace 1/7 times more than it was wont to be heated. And if brothers will know the rest of the story, well, the point of it is that Daniel was faithful unto death, man, faithful unto the point of death, and the Lord delivered him out of that fiery furnace, man. So that's a testament of faith right there. With that, I'm going to get Acts 20:24. That's an example of being faithful unto death, man. That's a spirit that we have to instill in ourselves and in brothers going into these troublesome times, man, as we see them approaching. This is Acts 20:24. Salakia. This is Paul speaking. This is Acts 20:24. It said, but none of these things move me. Neither count I my life dear unto myself, so that I might finish my course with joy and the ministry which I received of the Lord Mashiach YAHAWAHSHI, to testify the gospel of the grace of Yahawah. Hey, so Paul was in that spirit too, man. Paul said he said he counted not his life dear unto himself, man. That means he was ready to go to the death. That's the spirit that the Apostle Paul had upon himself, man. And the same spirit's going to be on brothers in these last days, man, to be faithful unto death. No matter what comes, man, because we're not, like the scripture says in Revelation, we are to fear none of those things. With that, I want to get James 1:12. It's a real quick lesson, once again, here at the plantation. James 1:12, and it says, blessed is the man, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, that testing, that trying. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. And that goes hand in hand with Revelation 2:10. I'm going to get that back again, man, so we can see the comparison. Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. So, going back to James 1:12, that's how it coincides with each other. That's a scripture repeating itself, emphasizing that point, man. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, that trying. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. The crown of life, man, that's the reward, man. That's what brothers is fighting for. That's what brothers gave up so many things and sacrificed so many things and endured so many things to be in this truth. Because we want to attain that crown of life, man. Instead, I'm going to get 1 Peter 5:8. So 1 Peter 5:8, and it says, Be sober and be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, who may be devoured. So that's also part of the mentality and spirit that we are supposed to have. Not only are we supposed to be fearless of the things that we're supposed to suffer, we're supposed to be sober in a vigilant mind state, circumspect about the things that are going on around us. Verse 9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So the Lord's going to put this trial, this test on brothers throughout the world, man. Because the Lord has prophets on the street corners, on the highways and hedges, pushing out this doctrine all over the earth, man. In places you probably never even heard of. I'm going to read that back again. Whom resist is steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren through the world. So there's nothing that you going through that another brother ain't going through too. Because whatever affliction you're going through, the Lord's putting that affliction on you. And he's putting that same affliction on another man. And the Lord never... Salakia. And the Lord never tries you past your abilities or past what you're able to endure, man. And so that's mercy, man. So you can take whatever comes at you, man. Through faith. Through fearlessness. Through being steadfast. Through being sober. Through being vigilant. This is a warrior mindset right here, man. What the Lord's teaching us through the scriptures, and He was giving us examples of in Daniel and in Paul and many other great men of the scriptures. He's giving us a warrior mindset. That's the warrior mindset right there, man. With that, I'm going to get Matthew 24 and 13. I'll go ahead and close it out. Matthew 24 and 13. And it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So we are at that time because this gospel has been preached throughout all the world as a witness unto all nations, man. And people are waking up and they're seeing the judgment of the Lord coming down upon them, man. Because this thing's not gonna go away. This COVID-19 issue, or whatever, pestilence, or whatever you want to call it, this is not gonna go away overnight, man. This is only gonna continue to escalate. So that's the beginning of great things to come. With that being said, hope the lesson was edifying. With that, I want to say Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Shalom.